Yeah! Get up!
Oh, it's so nice. So we've had a lot of rain lately, and it's cleared our air out. You can see all the way, I don't know if on the horizon if you can see those hills in the distance, but not very long ago we had just a string of terrible forest fires and visibility was so poor. But now we've got clear skies. I mean, you can see all the way out to the hills, which is incredible. I love that view, and things are good. The rain has washed the smoke away, has helped douse those terrible forest fires. If you've been affected, I'm sending happy and healing vibes to you and your community. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put a link here so that if you feel like you want to donate to those people who've been affected by the fires here in California, you can follow that link and you can contribute. And, you know, those people will be extremely grateful for any contribution that you can make. And I don't solicit money, and I don't solicit this kind of thing all the time, but you know, this was one of the biggest natural disasters in California history, and it's affected a lot of people. So anyway, that's my little contribution to that. But we are here on the bike today, and we are shooting another segment for Ask Me Something. And it's one of those segments that's been growing in popularity because more people have been submitting questions, and really good questions. I did a quick hitter video where I answered a whole bunch of questions in succession because they were just kind of like short answer. That's kind of funny. How about that? That's not natural. I don't think that tree grew that way. But I answered a whole string of questions in short answer form, and somewhat short answer form. And I'm out here today to answer a longer form question because it was a great question submitted by my good friend MotoKari. And MotoKari asks, and I'm going to try and get this right because I read it before I got out on the bike, and this might not be an exact quote, but MotoKari asks, what do you think you and life would be like had you not gotten into motorcycles? And this is a great question. I don't know that I've ever watched a video from a motovlogger who answered this question. So great question, Carrie. I really appreciate you submitting that. And I encourage all the rest of you, if you have a question that you'd like to answered by moi, go ahead and submit it in the comments. Go to my website at thatoneguymoto.com or hit me up on social media, and all those links are in the description. So let's get to the answer of this question. What would I and my life be like had I not gotten into motorcycles? I can tell you this, I'd have more money, but you know what? This is something that I learned quite a while ago. I was in a job that was making pretty good money, and I was not happy. You know, I was making a lot of money, but I was not a happy person in my job. I wasn't happy where we were, as far as locale went, and I needed to be closer to home. We've moved somewhere towards Central California, and all of my family lived here in Northern California, and I'm just one of those people. I love my family, and I get energy from my family and from my community, and so to be so far from so many people that I love really just drained me emotionally. And it's something that didn't happen, like I wasn't like I got there and I was like, oh, this sucks. It's just something that kind of slowly seeped like the life out of me. I had what I wouldn't call, maybe not call like a midlife crisis or a mental breakdown. What's the word I'm looking for? But I was in a bad place mentally, and if you've seen any of my videos before, I've talked about mental health before. You know, I suffer from depression and anxiety, and all of those things were just really compounded by my situation of where I was. So, sorry, to make this sum this all up, money is not the most important thing in life. Does it help you pay bills? Does it help you get things that you want and that you have fun doing? Sure, money does those things. But I think what's more important is that you put yourself in a situation where you're going to be happy. Now, do you want to make as much money as you can? Sure. I mean, you want to live a comfortable life. You need to make money. But if I'm going to spend this much money, X amount of money on a motorcycle because I love motorcycles and I love to ride, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. You know, I've dropped some money on this bike, and I'm soon going to be dropping some more money on a different bike. So, but these are the things that at this point in my life, I'm like, you know what? I can make some payments on a bike every month. Is it helping that I get paid here a little bit on YouTube to do what I do? Sure, that does help because it offsets the cost of getting that bike, but that's fine. But it's not about the money. It's about being happy, and it's about doing the things that do make you happy, and doing the things that you love, and being surrounded by those people too that support you in doing those things. I cannot say enough about my family, how they support me in writing, how they support me in my pursuit to perform on stage, and to just do the things that make me happy. And I love my wife so much. I love my kids so much. You've probably seen my kids on the channel a couple times, but they are all so understanding. They understand that bikes are a part of my life. I hope that bikes become a part of their life, because motorcycles have just been one of those things that did more for me than other things that I like to do, like sports and that even theater. Even performing doesn't do for me what riding motorcycles do for me. For instance, you know, I might come from home from rehearsal, and as much as I like to perform, and as much as I love the people that I work with in the theater community, I can be really stressed. It might be about the performance, it might be about rehearsals, how they're going, it might be about how I'm doing in rehearsals. But as much as I love it, it's creating stress, and that's something, you know, when you're stressed, you're not happy. So I guess some people are happy when they're stressed. Some people kind of thrive on that. And I guess to an extent I do too, but when I go out and ride, I come back and I'm refreshed. My wife has told me many times, you know, if you need to get a motorcycle to make you happy, get it. And she's told me that she understands what it does for me. And she's seen the difference in me when I have a motorcycle and when I don't. You know, there haven't been a lot of years in between that I haven't had bikes since I've gotten my license, but there have been times that I've had a license and I didn't have a bike. And my wife knows there's a difference between that one guy with a bike and that one guy without a bike. So huge just love and praise for my amazing wife, who lets me ride, who supports me riding. I mean, how many wives out there, and you can go ahead if you're a wife that's like that, or you're a wife that maybe has a husband that supports you riding, have a spouse or a significant other that says, hey, you want to get a new bike? Go get one. Is that going to make you happy? Then do it. As long as we can still stay on point with our financial goals, do it. Because I know it's going to make you happy. And, you know, my wife lets me make those decisions, and I really appreciate it. I kind of fought it for a while, especially when I thought about getting this bike, and she's like, no, you know what? Do it. Just do it. So I know what my life would be like without motorcycles. There are things that I love to do, like sports too. You know, if I was having a bad day, sometimes I go to the driving range, or I take my basketball and I go to the park and shoot baskets for a couple hours. But still, you know, when I got home, as much as it felt good to go out and do that and release a little tension, things didn't change all that much. And it's not the same when I go out to ride and when I come back. And I think there's a lot of you out there who can attest to this. It's such a... And maybe scientifically, somebody can leave it in the comments if they know what it is about riding that does this. But I come back, I'm not a different person, but I come back in a different mindset. And that's just so important. It's so important. So that is one way my life would be different. I would have more money, but I'd be less happy. Would I have filled my life with something else if I didn't start riding, if I didn't get my M1 and decide that motorcycles were going to become a big part of my life? Would my life have been, would I have found something else to fill my life with? Yeah, sure. But I didn't, and I chose this, and I love this. I love this so much. So thank you, Carrie, for asking this question. I know that was probably a long-winded answer, and I went up and mentioned some things that maybe didn't have to be said, but I said it, and now it's out there for the whole world to view. So I hope that if you watch this video, you enjoyed it. Leave it in the comments. What would your life be like without riding? I don't care if you want to leave a long-winded answer, do it. But let me know how bikes affect you and have affected your life. Because I'm really interested. I sincerely enjoy it when you leave comments in the comment section. This isn't about numbers. This isn't about getting more comments because of some algorithm. No, I really do enjoy hearing from you all. So please leave it in the comments if you feel like it. And for sure, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Alright guys, that's all I've got. I'm that one guy. And if you're out there riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get ready. This is that one guy, and I am out.